Hi, my name is Alexander. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will use NoSql MongoDB database in a client-server application. On the client side, we will use Angular project that we created in a video, Angular Authentication and Authorization Part2. And on the server side, we will use .NET Core API project that we created in a video, Angular Authentication and Authorization Part1. The only difference is that instead of using the SQL Server database, we will use NoSql MongoDB database. MongoDB is source-available, cross-platform, document-oriented database program. Classified as a NoSQL database product, MongoDB utilizes JSON-like documents with optional schemas. MongoDB is a document database. It stores documents in a binary serialized format called bsong. Let's open MongoDB official site. You can create a MongoDB database in the following environments: MongoDB Atlas, the fully managed service for MongoDB deployments in the cloud; MongoDB Enterprise, the subscription-based, self-managed version of MongoDB. We will use MongoDB Community environment. It is source-available, free-to-use, and self-managed version of MongoDB. MongoDB is NoSQL database. NoSQL means not only SQL. NoSQL databases store data in more natural and flexible way. A record in MongoDB is a document which is a data structure composed of fields and value pairs. MongoDB documents are similar to JSON objects. The values of fields may include other documents, arrays, and arrays of documents. MongoDB stores documents in collections. Collections are analogous to tables in relational databases. A collection is a group of documents. Collections typically store documents that have similar contents. Not all documents in a collection are required to have the same fields, because document databases have flexible schemas. Let's install MongoDB database. Open Products, Community Edition. Click Download Community. Select MSI for Windows version 8.0.3. Click Download. Start installation. Select Complete. Check that Install MongoDB as a service selected. MongoDB is installed as a Windows service. MongoDB Compass is also installed. MongoDB Compass is a powerful graphical user interface for querying, aggregating, and analyzing your MongoDB data in a visual environment. Compass is free to use and can be run on Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. We will use MongoDB Compass later. To interact with MongoDB using the command line interface, we have to install MongoDB shell. We can use the MongoDB shell to query and update data as well as perform administrative operations. Go to mongodb.com site, Community Edition, Download Community, Tools, MongoDB shell. Download zip file, which is the only option here. Extract this zip archive. And copy the folder under the C Program Files MongoDB folder. Copy path to the mongo sh.exe. Edit system variables. Select Pass and click Edit. Click on New and paste the path to the mongosh.exe. Click OK. Start command prompt. Execute Mongo shell. It starts MongoDB shell, which connected to the default MongoDB database. To show all the databases, we have to type show DBS. We can create a new database using this command, but we will use MongoDB Compass instead. Start MongoDB Compass. MongoDB Compass started and we have a default URL for the connection. Click on Connect. The installation process created a default MongoDB database. MongoDB stores data records as documents, basically BSON documents, which are gathered together in collections. A collection is a grouping of MongoDB documents. Documents within a collection can have different fields. A collection is the equivalent of the table in a relational database system. A collection exists within a single database. A database stores one or more collections of documents. Click Create Database. Database name Superstore. Collection name Products. Database and collection are created. To fill a connection with the data, click Add Data. We can import JSON or CSV file containing the data or directly insert a document. I have created a file containing an array of records in JSON format. Import the data from this file. Import completed. Please note, we do not specify _ID field. This field with value will be created automatically. When collection is created, MongoDB provides _ID field for every document, which is automatically generated by default. MongoDB creates a unique index on the _ID field during the creation of collection. The ID index prevents clients from inserting two documents with the same value for the _ID field. We cannot drop this index. We will create unique index on the Our Product ID field to prevent duplicate items in the collection. Open server-side project Web API with MongoDB in Visual Studio 2022. It is a server-side project which we created in my video Angular Authentication and Authorization Part 2. The only changes are we changed the name of the solution and the namespace to Web API with MongoDB. Open client-side project Angular 18 Auth MongoDB in the Visual Studio 2022 code. It is a client-side project which we created in the same video, Angular Authentication and Authorization Part 2. The only change is we changed the name of the solution to Angular 18 Auth MongoDB. In this project, we will continue use SQL Server database with authentication and authorization operations, but operations with the product items will use MongoDB database. Let's extend the lifetime span of the access token to 2 minutes so that the confirmation form with the notification your session has expired, do you want to continue, appears every 2 minutes instead of 10 seconds. Check that currently we use SQL Server database for the CRUD operations with the products. Start application. Start SQL Server. Login. Press Products. Get Product. Add Product. The product is added to SQL Server database. Update Product. The product is updated in SQL Server database. Delete Product. The product is removed from SQL Server database. Add MongoDB driver from NuGet extensions to our .NET API Core project. Under the folder Services, I created a strongly typed configuration class, Superstore database settings, which will store the MongoDB connection strings. This class includes properties such as connection string, database name, products collection name, all of which are marked as required fields using data annotation. Add configuration for MongoDB in appsettings.json file. Here we are defining a Superstore database section that matches the structure of our Superstore database settings class. This allows the framework to map the JSON structure to our class automatically. To bind the configuration from appsettings.json to our Superstore database settings class, we will use configure and add options methods in program.cs class. Once the configuration is set up, we can inject the Mongo settings into any service or controller where we need access to the MongoDB configuration. Update product model based on the fields of the products collection in the Superstore database. In operations with products collection, we will use our unique field product ID. Therefore, I put attribute not mapped to _ID property because we don't need this property on the client side. Under Services folder, I insert MongoDB service where I injected Superstore database settings through the constructor. To connect to our database Superstore database, we will use Mongo Client. The Mongo Client class is a class that allows for making connections to MongoDB. We get a connection to database and receive our products collection as private member of MongoDB service class. We added CRUD methods, create, read, update, delete to the MongoDB service. Get product list async to receive the list of all products. Get product async to get product by product ID. Add product async to add product. Update product async to update product in a collection based on the product ID. Delete product async to remove product from a collection based on the product ID. In these methods, we use MongoDB CRUD methods for the collection. Find to select all documents from the collection. Find to select the document from the collection based on the product ID. Insert one async to add a new product to a collection. Replace one async to update product in a collection based on the product ID. Delete one thing to remove the product from a collection based on the product ID. Now we have to register our MongoDB service with a lifetime. The lifetime describes how long an object created will be used by the system. At .NET Core there are three primary lifetimes for the services: singleton, scoped, and transient. We will use singleton. Singleton lifetime means that an object will be created once, and the same instance will be used throughout the lifetime of the application. This lifetime is useful for objects that need to be shared across multiple components of the system. To switch from SQL Server database to our MongoDB database, we have to update products controllers methods. Here we will use MongoDB service to communicate with the Superstore database. Inject MongoDB service and update the methods. Open client-side application. Here we only need to change the names of the product properties so that they match the names of the fields of the product collection in the Superstore database. We will make changes in product interface, product, product type, products component HTML, products component, product base, authentication service which sends the requests to the server side remains the same. Compile and start application. Start MongoDB campus and open Superstore database. Login. Click Products. Now product list we received from NoSql MongoDB database, Superstore. Check CRUD methods. Get product. Add product. Check in MongoDB database. The product with product ID 141 added. Update product. Product with product ID 141 updated. Delete product. Check in MongoDB database. The product with product ID 141 removed from our MongoDB database Superstore. To add a new product into MongoDB database, we have to create _ID unique field. To create this field, I have used object ID generate new ID method, which creates a unique field based on the datetime object. I have used datetime now. Created _ID unique field looks similar to other _ID fields in the database, which have been automatically created by MongoDB when we imported data from the JSON file. Once more time, let's add a couple of products to MongoDB. Check our MongoDB database. You can see that created _ID unique fields looks similar to other _ID fields, which have been automatically created by MongoDB when we imported data from the JSON file. In current implementation, authentication and authorization operations use SQL Server database to store users' email, hashed password, refresh token, expiration date of the refresh token. Operations with product items use MongoDB database Superstore. In this project, we had relational data, so we switched from SQL Server database to the MongoDB database just for an example. In MongoDB, documents from the same collection can contain different fields, whereas in SQL Server database, all records must contain the same fields. Therefore, in the real case, MongoDB is better suited to handling unstructured data like documents or flexible schemas, while SQL Server is ideal for structured relational data. That's all I wanted to show you in this video. If you are enjoying this content and would like to see more and support my channel, please feel free to like this video and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, have a good day, and bye.